I need you to pick up a hazmat suit. There's been a murder. Those were the words that came out of the mouth of my brother-in-law in the middle of the night a few years back, and I'll tell you the story here in a second. If you're tuning in for the first time, I am reading one passage a day from the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and giving you my 2 cents on it. So today is day 259 of 366. February 12th. Protect your peace of mind. Keep constant guard over your perceptions, for it is no small thing you are protecting, but your respect, trustworthiness, and steadiness, peace of mind, freedom from pain and fear, in a word, your freedom. For what would you sell these things? Epictetus Discourses. The dysfunctional job that stresses you out, a contentious relationship, life in the spotlight, Stoicism, because it helps us manage and think through our emotional reactions, can make these kinds of situations easier to bear. It can help you manage and mitigate the triggers that seem to be so constantly tripped. But here's a question. Why are you subjecting yourself to this? Is this really the environment you were made for? To be provoked by nasty emails and an endless parade of workplace problems? Our adrenal glands can handle only so much before they become exhausted. Shouldn't you preserve them for life and death situations? So yes, use Stoicism to manage these difficulties. But don't forget to ask, is this really the life I want? Every time you get upset, a little bit of life leaves the body. Are these really the things on which you want to spend that priceless resource? Don't be afraid to make a change, a big one. I myself have spent a lot of times and jobs I hated, and the story I was telling you at the beginning here, a business I owned with my sister. We split a security company, and we had about 6 security guards working for us, but it was a constant headache. It was good money, and I was like, oh man, this is great. It was a little extra side money, but it was like constant headaches, constant problems with the staff, problems with the building. One night, my brother-in-law called me in the middle of the night, and he says, I need you to get a hazmat suit. There's been a murder. So one of the building that our main building that we had guards at, one of the residents was in a feud with a couple of the other residents, and he murdered 2 of them. He stabbed them to death. And the police were called and everything, but there was a huge murder scene mess, and my brother-in-law said, hey, get a hazmat suit. We got to clean up this crime scene. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to have to pay out of pocket and get it professionally done, because I don't want those images in my head. Like, I'm going to be thinking, feeling that energy, feeling like knowing what happened in there. And I don't want those images in my head of me scrubbing up blood. And so that was a constant headache. It was good money, but was it really worth it? All the headaches. One of the security guards actually ended up doing meth with one of the residents in the building, and he was spray painting graffiti on the outside of the building. Constant bullshit. And that's one thing. Another thing is people that you're around. If you have some friends that you've been friends with for a long time, but they're just consistently causing you pain, but you don't want to let them go because they've been your friend for so long, you might just have to cut ties. I mean, so what? This is your life. Don't let people drain you. There's energy vampires, family, friends, your environment. Have a work environment that builds you up, lifts you up, gives you energy. And don't waste your life. Really take the time to ask yourself, is this worth it? Is this really where I want to be? And that's all I got for today, guys. See you tomorrow.